The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for volleyball action here on KBEK. First serve is coming up shortly, but now we send it to the court for the pregame.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of volleyball here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. I will be the one calling the game here tonight. I am, of course, Ethan Game Day Gilman calling this game for you tonight. You'll be hearing me on the airwaves again at 95.5 FM and streaming live online with video at kbek.com. This matchup going to be between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. These two teams looking for win number 2 on the season as they come into this game. The Mora Mustangs started out their season at the Howard Lake Waverly Winstead Tournament. That's a mouthful. They started off with a loss against the host and then one against Atwater Cosmos Grove City, another mouthful. Prepared for 2 more, Glencoe, Silver Lake, and Painesville. They lost to those 2 as well, so they started the season off 1-3 in that tournament. And then in the last 3, they have lost as well. They lost their first one to Pine City, who looks to be having another great year on their hands. Then they lost to a very, very strong St. Cloud Cathedral team, as well as a very good Hermantown team, both at home, 3-1. This game right here against the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars is a part of a 3-game homestand for the Mora Mustangs that stretched from last Tuesday and will end tonight before they get back on the road on Thursday over to Albany before coming back home for 2 more games next week against Malacca and Foley. When you look at the schedule, my goodness, it looks so long, so many games. But then you realize we're already into week 2 of the schedule, and it's just crazy to think about that. Holy crap, we're already in week 2. There are only 8 weeks total in the football and volleyball season. The regular season stretches to about mid-October, and then it's playoffs, and then it's over. I mean, it seems like we've waited so long for fall sports to get back, myself especially. Many of you don't know, I didn't have a car, so I wasn't able to do that many spring sports, so I was able to call maybe, I think, 2 whole games during the spring playoff season. So I've been just extremely itchy to get back out and call some games. I was able to do that last week and so happy to do that. And now back here tonight at Mora High School as they are getting set for the volleyball game here tonight again between the Mustangs and the Jaguars. Should be a good one between these 2 teams. And as I mentioned, Mora trying to get off a little bit of a slide right now. It's a current 5 match losing streak, if you'd like to call it. That dates back to their Howard Lake Waverly Winstead tournament when they lost their last 2 in that tournament. But again, they lost to 3 very, very good and very strong teams. Pine City, St. Cloud Cathedral, and Hermantown. Those 3 are always in the conversations deep into the section playoffs. So 3 very good teams who, they showed out very well against. Like that match against Pine City, I was there calling that one, and I said it more times than I didn't, that I thought that one had the potential of going 5. It just looked like Mora was gaining more and more confidence as the sets went along. The first set was heavily favored to Pine City. Second set, oh my goodness, Mora had maybe 1 or 2 more breaks go their way, and all of a sudden you're talking Mora wins that second set. Well, Pine City wound up winning that second set. Then come the third set, it really looked like Mora was about to take control. They took their first lead of that third set, or of the match in that third set, and they held a 4-point lead till late, and I mean late in that third set, and Pine City was able to find a way to make the comeback happen and finally take the victory. But I mean, my goodness, it looked like that one was primed for 5 sets, but it was not to be that night for the Mustangs, and they've only had their longest set go 4 so far this year, and I'm sure they'll be looking to make tonight a lot different as they're in front of their home crowd against a local team in our listening area, actually, whether you're listening on KBK or WCMP. I think it stretches to Hinckley. I believe KBK does. So they're hosting the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars and looking at their season. Only 2 games played, one against Moose Lake Willow River and the other against Crosby Ironton. It's been an up and down start to the season. They started last week on Tuesday, ended on Thursday their week. But they fell to Moose Lake Willow River 3-0. The interesting thing with that Moose Lake Willow River matchup against Hinckley-Finlayson is it's kind of been an every other year thing. These two teams have played each other at the beginning, the very first match of the year for the last 3 years, and it's been back and forth. Moose Lake Willow River will win the beginning set of the year. Then it's Hinckley-Finlayson, and then it's back to Moose Lake Willow River. And looking at the matchup, whoever wins that first game usually goes on to win the second game that they play between each other, because that's usually in a tournament setting. And again, whoever wins that first match usually winds up going on to win the next match they play against each other, which again is usually in a tournament setting. So very interesting to see on the MinnesotaScores.net website. It does not have, I don't think anyways, Hinckley-Finlayson's full schedule, because I think it's about 10 matches they have on the website right now, and that is, I don't think that's accurate, but maybe they just have a shorter schedule this year. But for Hinckley-Finlayson, again, I would assume this is getting back to more and more of a normal year as we get away from 2020. I'm not even going to mention what it was. We all know what it was. But as we get away from 2020, back to more of a normal year. And every year besides 2020, they've played Moose Lake Willow River in that beginning of the season game and in a tournament. So I would expect them to play in a tournament setting if I were a betting man. But again, Hinckley-Finlayson 1-1 after they beat Crosby Ironton to end their week of play last week. 3-0. So they've got 3 sets against and 3 sets for. That's wins. 3-set wins and 3-set losses that they have. So one might look at this game and go, oh, well, this one definitely heavily favors Hinckley-Finlayson. Well, not so fast, as the great Lee Corso would say. I think Mora's got a lot better of a chance here at home against Hinckley-Finlayson than most people would expect. I think this is going to be a match in which we might just see our first 5-set match of the season, and it wouldn't surprise me in the least if it did. I think this one has the potential to do that. I think you've got 2 very good teams fighting, scratching for that second win on the season. Again, for Mora, they're looking to get off a bit of a slide right now. Hinckley-Finlayson trying to get their second straight of the season. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Again, these two teams, very, very good teams. A new head coach for the Mora Mustangs in Katie Rolfe. And I had a chance to talk with her for a preseason interview at the beginning of, well, right before the season started, the week of they had their first match. And it was so great to talk to her. We had a bit of a machine malfunction where we had recorded an interview, and at the station we had a power surge that led to nothing getting saved. So she was so lovely and nice enough to be able to do a second interview with me. Same questions and all, but she was so nice and willing and able to do that. I will say this time and time again, we probably have the best coaches and athletic directors in the local listening area between KBK and WCMP. I mean, the GMs, the athletic directors, and the coaches that we get to deal with every single sport, every single season. I mean, they are just so nice, so kind, and they're always willing and able to help with any problem we might have or any, equipment malfunction or anything we do or don't have. They're so willing and able to help. I can't thank them enough. It has been such a pleasure to work with these athletic directors and coaches over the seasons that I have been here calling games. It has, again, been such a treat to be able to do that. I just can't thank them enough. The AD here tonight for Mora is Chris Osterdyke. She has been a great help. We have come here for a lot. Football, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, wrestling, you name it. We've been here for it. And again, she has been such a great help, and we can't thank her enough for the help that she has been. So we're just about set for first serve here inside Mora High School, inside their gymnasium. for this match between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. We'll take a commercial break. We'll get a word from some of our fine sponsors, and then we should be back and ready for first serve here at Mora High School. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the fine sponsors who sponsored not just this broadcast, but all the broadcasts here on KBEK. Without them, we would not be able to bring you any action here on KBEK, not just on the radio, but also live on our YouTubes or our website. So if you're ever inside, if you hear their ads here tonight and you're ever inside their place of business, make sure to just give them a hey. Thank you for sponsoring that broadcast on KBEK. We enjoyed it, so that way they know that they are appreciated. We try to let them know, but it just means so much more coming from the people who watch and listen to the broadcast. So make sure to stop on by, or if you're in there, just tell them, hey, thanks for sponsoring the broadcast. We really appreciate it. We'll hear a word from those fine sponsors right now.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with Quality Disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getthere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun & Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Stihl, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK, this volleyball matchup between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars just about to get set underway. Starters for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars will be number 2, Sydney Krieger, number 3, Hannah Hartle, number 4, Gracie Olson, the libero, number 20, Joey Hopkins, number 7, Anna Degerstrom, number 8, Monica Clare, and number 9, Jovi Fahey. On the other side for the Mora Mustangs, it will be number 1, Taylor Hagberg, number 2, Quincy Osmus, number 3, Nora Kerr, number 8, Sophie Steffen, number 9, Lindsay Nosbush, and number 11, Shay Osmus. Just about set to get underway here in this first set. The Jaguars will start with it. It's Sydney Krieger who will start things off for the Mustangs. And the serve is over. It's dug up there by Steffen to the front. And now this one's going to be hit long by Quincy Osmus. And the first points will go to the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. So first points of the match go to the Jaguars, and Krieger will be back to serve once again. Her serve is up. It is over. It's dug up again, this time by Steffen. And now Hagberg looking for the kill, but that's going to be long as well. And the Jaguars take a 2-0 lead. Last week we saw the Mora Mustangs in their first game of the season against Pine City. Didn't score the first points in any of the 3 sets they played, while Hinckley-Finlayson did just that. And now the kill there by Shea Osmus for the Mustangs will get them on the board. It's 2-1 here in set number 1. Mora Mustangs on the board, and she will go back to serve. That is Shea Osmus with the serve. The serve is up, and that dig is going to be back over the net. Trying to dig it up again is Fahey. That's going to go into the net and under it, and that'll be a point again for the Mora Mustangs. Shea Osmus back to serve. The serve is up. It is over. And that is right in front of Monica Clare. She thought that one was going to go long or maybe even off the far side, but it did not. And now the Mustangs have scored 3 unanswered and take the lead 3-2 with Shea Osmus. Another serve. This one is dug up. And not see who dug that one up. That's Anna Degerstrom now. And looking for the kill is Fahey. That goes into the net. And I think Hinckley-Finlayson just had no chance there because that would have been a 4th hit. It's 4-2 now. Osmus with another serve, and this one is over, dug up by the Jags. Now to Krieger. Fahey looking to get this one over. Shea Osmus there to Hagberg, and now pushing it across is Lindsay Nosbush. Dug up nicely there by the Jaguars. Fahey looks for the kill. That's going to go off of a block attempt by Nosbush, and the Jaguars will get one back. They trail 4-3. Early in set number 1. Jaguars trail. Anna Degerstrom will be back to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson. Degerstrom with the serve. It is over, and it is dug up by Nora Kerr. Keeping it alive on the dive is Sophie Steffen, but unfortunately, they'll go 4 hits and not be able to get that one over, and it's 4 apiece now. We have tied it in set number 1. Anna Degerstrom again to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson. Back judge wants to give the net judge just some word of advice or encouragement. Degerstrom serve is just a little long. Gonna go out of bounds, and it's 5-4 Mora. Now back to serve for the Mustangs is Taylor Hagberg. Hagberg, her serve into the net, but over, dug up by Degerstrom. That's a tough one to dig. And now looking for the hit over is Monica Clare, dug up by Nora Kerr. That spike down there for the Jaguars is from Monica Clare. She gets the kill to tie this thing back at 5 apiece. It's going to be Joey Hopkins who checks into the game for Fahey. What a kill there from Monica Clare. Hopkins with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Kerr. Now to Osmus. That's Shea Osmus. And the hit long from Sophie Steffen. And that will give the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars the lead. They scored the first 2 and then watched Mora come back and take the lead. Now Hopkins with the serve. It is up and over. It is dug up by Amber Fix, and now looking for the kills. Quincy Osmus, dug up though by Monica Clare to Krieger, and hitting it over is Hannah Hartle. That's going to be out. And point back for Mora. It is 6-6 now. In set number 1, Nora Kerr will check out. In for her is Haley Nordenstrom. And this serve is over, dug up by Hartle. Now to Krieger, and hit on over by Clare. Back again by Hartle for the kill. Make it 7-6 in favor of Hinckley-Finlayson. That's a tough one, but right place, right time is Hannah Hartle on that one. And perfect placement on that hit. This serve is dug up by the Mustangs. Looking for the kill is Lindsay Nosbush. Right to Hannah Hartle. Joey Hopkins going to have a tough time getting it, but she does. And this gets over from Gracie Olson, but it's going to go long. And the Mustangs get one back, and they'll tie it at 7 on that long hit. Now back to serve is Lindsay Nosbush. Nosbush with the serve over Hannah Hartle right there. It gets to Anna Degerstrom, hit across by Hopkins. Up to the front for Shea Osmus, dug up by the Jaguars. They keep it alive, and hitting it over is Monica Clare. Right to Amber Fix. And now it's Sophie Steffen. Oh my. The sniper skills on that hit in that back far corner for the kill. And Nosbush will go back to serve as her team leads 8-7. This is dug up by Degerstrom, back across. That's over the net. Somehow that one crept over the net on the kill from Nordenstrom. Nordenstrom got a full swing on that one. It hit the net. Looked like it might roll downward, but instead it decides to roll over the kind roll. And now it's 9-7 in favor of Mora. And Hopkins, Hartle and Hopkins, a bit of miscommunication on that one. Hartle let that one go thinking it was going to go long, and then Hopkins just really had no chance to go and get that one as she was a little bit of late reaction. She thought Hartle was going to get it. Not the case, and now this time Hartle will watch that one go out of bounds, but it's going to make it 10-8 after the miscommunication between Hopkins and Hartle. Back to serve is Monica Clare. Clare with the serve. That's just over the net. Quincy Osmus gets it, and that's going to go into the Mora bench off the dig and make it 10-9 now. Mora Mustangs still with the lead, but this one has been back and forth so far. It's been a good one. Clare with the serve. That is just over the net, and that confused Mora mightily as diving after it was Quincy Osmus because she thought that one was going to be up a little bit higher, but that one just took a nosedive as she did as well, but unable to get it. Monica Clare with the serve right to Osmus this time as she cleanly gets the dig. Now Steffen with a beautiful kill. Steffen, another nice swing on that one. I mean, it just kisses the top of the net and then creeps over. Taylor Hagberg, by the way, checking in for Amber Fix on the Mora side. But that one does hit the top of the net, but it just creeps over down for the kill, and this serve is long. And it's going to tie things at 11. Gracie Olson goes back to serve. Joey Hopkins checks out for Hinckley-Finlayson. Gracie Olson with the serve, and not enough on that one. That one looked a little bit funky on the release, and it's 12-11 on the misstepped serve. Haley Nordenstrom back now for Mora. Her serve is up and over. It's dug up by Clare. Now to Krieger, and hitting it across is Degerstrom. With the dig is Nordenstrom, and then Hagberg kept it alive. Nordenstrom tried to get the dig, but it's going to hit the court before she's able to get her fist underneath it. And that'll tie things at 12. A back and forth first set, and it couldn't be any better. Like I said, I think this one has the potential of going all five. Krieger with the serve, dug up by the Mustangs, and then nice push across by Nora Kerr, keeping this alive for the Mustangs, then hit back across by Gracie Olson, and she put her hands behind her back. She knew that that one was just off the mark. That one goes out on the far side near that Mora student section, and it's 13-12 in favor of Mora. Now with the serve is Shea Osmus, dug up by the Jaguars, and this one is hit across by Fahey. That's at the net, and they're going to give that point to the Mustangs. I think they're going to say Fahey may have crossed the line. I think that's what they're going to call. So Fahey crossed that center line. Here the student section chant, you can't do that. No, you cannot. 14-12 in favor of Mora. Shea Osmus with the serve. Nice dig by Hannah Hartle to Krieger. Now hit across by Degerstrom. Right to Nora Kerr. And dug up nicely by Osmus. And back across from Quincy Osmus. And that is just long on her hit across. Nice effort, but unfortunately long. 14-13, Mora still leads, and it is Anna Degerstrom serving for Hinckley-Finlayson. Her serve just over the net, dug up by Kerr. It's Quincy Osmus, or Shea Osmus, excuse me, now hitting it back across Quincy Osmus. That's at the net, and that one's so tough. Sydney Krieger didn't really have a chance on that one as it got into the net. And on those ones, it's so tough to try and even keep those alive. Hagberg with the serve, dug up by Olson, now hitting it across Fahey. That's in. It is. From my seat and angle. It looked like it was in, but then I took a second look and I was like, "Ooh, is it in?" Yeah, took me a double take as well. It took the refs kind of a second to take and think, "Oh, was that in or was that out?" But they decided it was in. 15-13, Joey Hopkins with the serve, and that is going to be long. So point right back for Mora. 16-14, Mustangs with the lead. It's only set number one, and it's back and forth. Nora Kerr checks out. Coming in for her is Haley Nordenstrom, the senior. The senior coming in for the junior. Joey Hopkins with the dig off the serve to Krieger. Hannah Hartle gets this one up and over the block. In fact, the blockers actually got a hand on it. Now trying to just tip it across and keeping it alive, but it goes into the net. Mustangs, they had it for a moment, and it looked like they might be able to get that one back across to Hinckley-Finlayson, but just not so on that one. 16-15, Hannah Hartle with the serve. This one is up, and it is, maybe a mistake there by Amber Fix as she got her fist on it. That one looked like it might have been creeping long, but sometimes your mind and body just don't communicate the best, and your body does exactly what your mind says not to and puts your hand up. I mean, that happens so often in volleyball, and you can see the mistakes. Sophie Steffen looked for the kill, goes into the net, but we're going to get a double hit on Mora, and all of a sudden the lead is taken back by the Jaguars. Back and forth here in set number one. It has been a fun one to watch here in Mora between the Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Mora will take their first time out, and while they do, we will as well. You're listening to Volleyball on 95.5 FM KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Hinckley-Finlayson just took the lead back before that timeout call by the Mora Mustangs. Now the serve is over. And blocking it at the net was Gracie Olson. Mora gets it back across, but that's going to go out of bounds. So 18-16 now in favor of the Jaguars. Nora Kerr going to check back in for Nordenstrom. Hannah Hartle with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Quincy Osmus. Kept alive, and Osmus going to push it back across. Right in between two Jaguars, but they managed to get to it. Hit across by Gracie Olson. Now all the way back there to Amber Fix, and Sophie Steffen will hit this one across. Dug up by Anna Degerstrom to Sydney Krieger. Now to Monica Clare, and it looks like we're going to get a double hit on the Jaguars. And Mora will catch a break as it looked like Hinckley-Finlayson might be on the way taking a 3-point lead. Back to serve is Lindsay Nosbush for the Mustangs. This serve is dug up by Hopkins to Krieger, and now Olson looking for the kill. Blocked at the net. Back across by Olson. The quick reaction, and she will get the point for Hinckley-Finlayson. The block there by Nora Kerr at the net on Gracie Olson's hit, and Olson had the wherewithal to put her fist back up and get that one back down on the Mora side. And point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Monica Clare with the serve, dug up by Quincy Osmus. And this one's hit back across by Steffen, and she tried so hard to keep herself from sliding over that line, but unfortunately her efforts, I mean, I can't say they weren't strong enough because they definitely were, but they won't be as kind to her as she would have liked. A beautiful serve from Clare, and even nicer dig by the Mora Mustangs, and then the nice kill there from Lindsay Nosbush. That one just too awkward for Monica Clare to kind of keep alive, and it's 20-18. Now back to serve is Sophie Steffen. Her serve is over. It's dug up by Clare to Krieger to Degerstrom, looking for the kill, blocked at the net, but it rolls back to Steffen. Pushed across, Joey Hopkins, and now they'll have to get it over. It's Krieger, dug up by Steffen, and now Kerr looks for the kill. It's hit. That is a quick whistle. Not sure. I think they called that Hinckley-Finlayson stepped over the line because that was way too quick of a whistle for anything else. Steffen with the serve. It's 20-19. Hannah Hartle gets the dig to Krieger. Gracie Olson chases after. She gets a fingertip on it, and somehow, some way, that finds the court and will get down for a Hinckley-Finlayson point. That looked like it had all the makings of a Mora point to tie it up at 20, but not so. As Hinckley-Finlayson gets this one back. Gracie Olson back to serve for the Jaguars. This is dug up by Nosbush. And can't see the number of who that was trying to get the kill, and hitting it back across are the Jaguars. It's Hagberg looking for the kill this time. That's right in between Monica Clare and Gracie Olson. Oh, we're going to get looks like they're going to call a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. I did not see what they called. I apologize. I was busy looking at the numbers of the two Jaguars who collided, and while I was looking away, they called something on Mora, so they're going to give a point to Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 22-19. Gracie Olson still back to serve here for Hinckley-Finlayson, 3 points away from the first set win. Sophie Steffen with the dig. Shea Osmus. Nora Kerr looks for the kill, and she will indeed get the kill and the point back for Mora. 22-20 as Mora gets a point back right there. Nora Kerr will go back to serve for Mora after the emphatic kill to get a point back. Kerr with the serve. That is dug up by Gracie Olson to Krieger. Fahey looks to just tap it across. Blocked at the net by Mora's Shea Osmus. Maybe? Oh, no! Oh, they're going to instead call that it went out. So they say the block did not hit in. In fact, it hit out of bounds. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson. So Sydney Krieger to serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson. They're 2 points away from the set win. Mora trying hard to get this one back across. They do. It's Krieger now over to Degerstrom. Degerstrom gets this one not over. She got it over the net, but it's behind that pole. And there is a pole that you more than likely can't see on camera. Maybe you can. It's a red and white striped pole. And if you hit the ball behind that as it goes over the net, it is out of bounds. So you have to keep it in between both of those. Get a substitution quick here for Mora as the hit is across from Shea Osmus. Hannah Hartle with the dig to Krieger. Fahey, no one said it will be Hannah Hartle. Nice dig there from Sophie Steffen. Kept alive by Krieger. Nice dig by her. And now Hannah Hartle looks for the kill again. But this one's going to be long. And staying alive are the Mora Mustangs as they get a point back there. 23-22, they trail. What a first set of action it has been between these two teams, and we're going to get a timeout there by Hinckley-Finlayson. And they need to catch their breath through these two teams, as I do as well. I mean, it has been quite the matchup between these two teams looking for their second win on the season. It has been so back and forth. Neither team has gotten more than a 4-point lead here in this first set. Hinckley-Finlayson took the 2-point lead to begin set one, and then it was Mora for the next, I think 4 or 5 points. Then Hinckley-Finlayson came back, tied it up, and it's been that way ever since. Neither team, as I mentioned, able to take more than a 4-point lead. And my goodness, what a match it is so far. Shea Osmus is back to serve for Mora. 2 points away is Hinckley-Finlayson from the set win, but Mora, all they need is 1 point to tie it, and not going to get it there. Set point now for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead set one, 24-22. By no means is this the end of this set. Anna Degerstrom back to serve. Mora has shown they can make a comeback. Degerstrom with the serve. Nora Kerr will get the dig to Sophie Steffen. Hitting it across is Hagberg. Right to Fahey, to Krieger now. Monica Clare will hit it back across. That's blocked at the net, kept alive by Steffen. And Nora Kerr will hit it back across. Right to Gracie Olson, to Krieger. And it's Hannah Hartle looks for the kill. That's goal. That is in. And Hinckley-Finlayson will take set number one, 25-22. Set number one has come to its end, and what a set it was. Back and forth they went. And my goodness, we are in for a great match here this evening between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Set number one goes the way of the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Mora Mustangs trail 1-0 now, as we'll take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll be ready for set number two. You're listening to Volleyball on KBEK.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with Quality Disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Back here on 95.5 FM KBEK, Hinckley-Finlayson takes set number 1, 25-22 over the Mora Mustangs. And now we are ready for the second set here inside Mora's Gymnasium. It was a fun first set. Hinckley-Finlayson scored the first 2 points, and then it was Mora. They decided to make a comeback, and they actually, I think, if you go by percentage of time or time of lead, I think it would favor Mora, but Hinckley-Finlayson comes out on top. The first serve by Shea Osmus is diving dig by Gracie Olson, and they get it back across to the Jaguars. Now the Mustangs will have to get it across, and they're going to get a whistle here early on the Mora Mustangs, and the Jaguars will get point 1 of set number 2. Just amazes me how quickly these sets can go. It's like, oh, only 1 point, only 2 points scored. And then all of a sudden you're 25-22, and you're like, where did this set go? This one's up in the ceiling, up in the rafters, and that is going to hit one of the rafters for Hinckley-Finlayson and come down very awkwardly. That's a tough one to get after. So Mora gets one back there with the help of the rafters. Hey, sometimes best teammate is the ones that aren't out on the court. I don't know. I tried a cheesy thing. It didn't work. We'll move past it because now the Mora Mustangs get the second point and now lead 2-1. Two to one on the serve from Amber Fix. Her serve is over. Oh, and off the side of the hands of Monica Clare. And that will make it 3-1 Mora. Fix with the serve. This one is dug up by Olson. Now to Krieger. Over to Hannah Hartle. And that's going to be dug up. Oh, and the Raptor's going to be the teammate this time for the Jaguars. As Amber Fix hits that one. It goes into the Rafters, hits it, and comes right back down to the court. 3-2 the lead for Mora after that point scored for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Anna Degerstrom back to serve. Degerstrom's serve is over. Oh, and looks like Kerr and Fix were both at it, and both of them tried to get a hand on it, but it will go out of bounds as they both do get a hand on it. Anna Degerstrom needs just a moment to tie her shoe. Shoe is tied, and we're back. Anna Degerstrom with the serve. It is over. This time Nora Kerr will take it herself. Shea Osmus. And now Sophie Steffen looks for the kill. Blocked at the net by Fahey and Hannah Hartle. And Hinckley-Finlayson gets the point back on a block. Fahey and Hartle. The block at the net. That proves to be a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Anna Degerstrom will be back to serve. They score 3 straight points to get the lead right back. Kerr with the dig to Shea Osmus. This one's hit on over by Mustangs. Fahey now to Hartle. Hartle gets that one across, but it's blocked at the net by Quincy Osmus. Blocked again, but I think they're going to get Osmus for an illegal hit. They're going to, it's going to be called a lift. So an illegal hit, a lift, whatever you'd like to call it. Either way, it's a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 5-3 here in set number 2. Anna Degerstrom with the serve. This one is long. You could hear their bench yell out before that one even reached halfway over their side, as that one was well long. 5-4 now, still in favor of Hinckley-Finlayson, and back to serve is Quincy Osmus for the Mustangs. Her serve is going to be dug up by Degerstrom, and trying to race after it was Gracie Olson, but just unable to track it down, and we're tied that quickly at 5. So back at 5 is the score on the Quincy Osmus serve. Dug up by Degerstrom to Krieger, and hitting it across. Trying to hit it across was Monica Clare, but that goes a little bit funny off of her hand, right into the net. That makes it 6-5. Osmus's serve is over, dug up by Degerstrom, but that is going to go across and out of bounds. That makes it 7-5 now. Mora. So again, back and forth here in this second set. Quincy Osmus serve goes into the net, and there we go. Already. Hinckley-Finlayson back within 1. Checking in for the first time tonight is Brecken Hansen, and for Fahey for the Jaguars. Brecken Hansen, the junior for the Jags, hits it across. Quincy Osmus with the dig to Shea Osmus, and now hitting it back across is Nosbush. That's going to get down in front of Hansen. And point back for the Mustangs. They lead 8-6. Now back to serve is going to be Lindsay Nosbush, who just got the kill. Nosbush with the serve over to Hopkins. And they'll get the kill, will the Jaguars. That makes it 7-8. Mustangs still with the lead. Hannah Hartle with the serve. Just a light tapper, but it gets over and blocked at the net. It was Shea Osmus. And, oh no, they're going to call this one in favor of Mora. No, yes, no. Yeah, yes. They're going to say Gracie Olson crossed the line, I think. So the point will go to Mora. It looked like Hinckley-Finlayson got the kill, but they're going to say that, I think that's what the call is anyways, that a Jaguar crossed the line. Degerstrom with the dig, and they're going to get a lift, a legal hit by the Jaguars. 10-7. It seems as if the Jaguars are a bit off their game right now. Just the mental mistakes have led to a couple mental mistakes. I believe I just repeated myself. I apologize. Sophie Steffen's serve goes into the net, and it's 10-8 now. And Monica Clare, the number 8 for the Jaguars, will be back to serve. Clare's serve is over. Nice serve and dug up by Nosbush, but that's going to go way out of the way, but Steffen keeps it alive, and Kerr will hit it back across. Hannah Hartle to Krieger, and now looking for the kill. There's Gracie Olson, but the Mustangs keep it alive, and just a mistake there by Amber Fix. She tried to hit that one, but just hits it too straight down. And point back for Hinckley-Finlayson. Monica Clare with the serve just over the net. It hits the top of the net, in fact. And now Kerr will look for the kill. Hopkins keeps it alive. Nice dig in the rafters. Not going to play a factor that time as Sydney Krieger gets it back across. This will set up now Fix, and Hopkins cannot get her hand underneath it for the dig. It's 11-9 in favor of Mora. To this point, Mora has had definitely more time with the lead. We'll see if they can keep it that way and take this set. And Kerr with the serve. It's going to go off of a Jaguar out of bounds, and it's 12-9 Mora. Now remember, neither team could get more than a 4-point lead in that first set. We'll see if Mora can get that 4-point lead and then more. Kerr's serve is over. Oh, and Hopkins jumped out of the way thinking that one was going to go long, or maybe she thought Hannah Hartle was going to get after it. It is not the case either way, and Mora now with that 4-point lead, and can they cross that threshold of the maximum of 4-point lead we had there in the first set? Hannah Hartle will get this dug up, back across to the Mustangs. That's going to go out of bounds, and that 4-point threshold will stand. 13-10. Nice dig, and then the dig from Mora went straight towards their bench, and just no way for them to get after it. Hopkins and Hansen check out. Fahey checks in, as does Gracie Olson. Olson with the serve across. Nora Kerr with the dig to Shea Osmus. And looking for the kill that time is Quincy Osmus. And looks like they're going to say that was out of bounds. I thought Quincy Osmus had a snipe, but she does not. That one goes long, and it's 13-11. Gracie Olson with the serve. It's over. That's a, oh my goodness. That is a smart serve there by Gracie Olson, as she just kind of lobs that one over into no man's land over there on the Mora side, right in where there is nobody standing. Diving after it was Steffen, but just not able to get to it. Smart serve there by Olson. 13-12. She won't do it again this time as it gets to Nosbush. And that one just pushed across there by Shea Osmus. So as we give credit to the serve by Olson, give credit there to Nosbush, or excuse me, to Shea Osmus on that just little push across. Hinckley-Finlayson was not expecting it. She will serve now. Hannah Hartle kept it alive for a moment. Krieger chases after it, but unable to keep it on their side. And Mora back to a 3-point lead. Shea Osmus with the serve. Oh, maybe Hannah Hartle should have let that one go. That one was on the edge of going out of bounds, but either way they get it back across, and now looking for the kills. Amber Fix, but not able to. Fahey looking for the kill, blocked at the net there by Quincy Osmus. And it's 16-12 at that 4-point threshold once again. Can the Mora Mustangs get past that 4-point threshold? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars head coach is going to call a timeout here. And while they take a timeout, we will as well.
Hi, this is Aaron from Aaron's Total Car Care. We are a full-service auto repair shop in Mora with a different approach to your vehicle's care. You can trust our expertise from the little stuff to the big stuff without being pressured to do more than what is needed. At Aaron's Total Car Care, we take care of you like family, because we are a family right here in this community with you. When you hear that hard-to-explain noise coming from your car or truck, call 320-679-6910 or find us online at aaronstotalcarcare.com. Fixing vehicles is what we know, but keeping you safe is what we care about.
.5 FM KBEK. A home for tonight's game between the Mora Mustangs and the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Mustangs currently have the lead here in set number 2, 16-12 over the Jaguars, as Shea Osmus' serve goes right off of Hannah Hartle's attempted dig. And it's 17-12 as Mora able to cross that 4-point lead threshold, and now has a 5-point lead. Osmus with the serve, dug up by Gracie Olson, and she knew as soon as she got the dig that that one was headed the wrong direction. She chased after it, and I mean, if she could have, she would have put a second hit on it, but you can't do 2 consecutive hits in a row. Hopkins with the dig on the serve. Now Degerstrom looks for the kill, dug up nicely by Steffen, and now looking for the kill is Nosbush, kept alive by Hopkins for a moment, then Degerstrom unable to get to it in time. It's 19-12, and Mora starting to pull away here in set number 2. Shea Osmus with the serve. No, right in front of Monica Clare. We've seen that too often tonight from the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. they look to each other, or they look as if it's going to go behind them out of bounds. They've done that far too often tonight. I think they're going to have to start to be just more aggressive and go after it. On the dig there are the Jaguars, and getting it across is Degersham, dug up nicely by Steffen. Now going after it is Fix, dug up by Hopkins, but not quite cleanly enough. Point for Mora, 21-12. Mustangs lead 21-12 here in set number 2. They trail 1-0. Shea Osmus with the serve. It's over. Dug up by Olsen to Degersham to Fahey. She gets it. Dug up, though, by Shea Osmus. Hit across by Nosbush. Kept alive by the Jaguars. Krieger to Degersham. Degersham hits this one across, but it's going to go on the opposite side of that pole we talked about earlier. It's 22-12, and now another timeout call here by Hinckley-Finlayson. Hinckley-Finlayson had the lead right from the get-go here in this second set, but it has been all Mora pretty much from that point. Hinckley-Finlayson was able to come back, tie it up, even take a 1-point lead, but right after that, early on in this set, it was all Mora. And they now have a 10-point lead here in set number 2, looking to take this and tie it at 1 set apiece. Shea Osmus still back there serving for the Mustangs, and why not? I say why not as if they can switch it up. I mean, that's the rules of volleyball. You don't switch up the serve until it's a new point. Serve is across, and an awkward dig there by Gracie Olsen, and I think she had no choice. She had almost, would have been a cool dunk, but a 360, more like a 180 spinning dig. Unable to keep it alive. Shea Osmus, another serve. Can she keep it going? Monica Clare with the dig to Krieger. Fahey looking to just lift that one over. Unable to, and it's set point for Mora. Dominating this second set. Looking for set point, 24-12. Osmus with the serve across, dug up by the Jags. Krieger, Degersham, and I thought that was going to be one of the most awkward set points that I have ever seen. As Fix got it. It got into her shoulder, or her elbows almost, and it almost got over the net, but unable to get over. Krieger with the serve now for Hinckley-Finlayson. Still set point. It's going to be set point for a while. Diving dig by Shea Osmus keeps this one alive. Hannah Hartle gets it across. Shea Osmus will push it across. Kept alive by Olsen to Krieger. Fahey looks for the kill. It's going to be fourth hit by Hinckley-Finlayson. And Mora will take set number 2, 25-13. 25-13, the second set goes the way of the Mora Mustangs. And now we're tied at 1 set apiece here in Mora. And we move on to set number 3. So we'll take a commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be ready for that third set. You're listening to Volleyball on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get-there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With high school sports season here again, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is not your typical pawn shop. Almost Yours Gun & Pawn is every sportsman's one-stop shop for new and used handguns, shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and more. Prepare this hunting season with targets and a large selection of hunting supplies. Stop in to try out 2 30-yard indoor archery ranges and a virtual archery range featuring the Dart video system. Winter League starting soon, so sign your team up today. With the area's best archery and pro shop in Mora, Almost Yours Gun and Pawn Shop is not your typical pawn shop.
Minnesota Equipment is your lawn equipment headquarters. With plenty of staff members that have over 20 years of experience, they're number one in sales and service for a reason. The pros at Minnesota Equipment have tons of lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and accessories on site, so come by for Steel, Aaron's, Toro, Gravely, and John Deere, and take one home today. Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or find them at minnesotaequipment.com today.
Ready for set number 3, are you? I hope you are. It's been a fun one up to this point. By the way, over on WCMP Sports YouTube, you can go to kbk.com or wcmpradio.com, click on the Ogilvie versus East Central one. Ogilvie leads 2-0, but that first set it was 25-21. The second set was 25-18, and now East Central leads game 3, 10-4. Thank you to Andy Beckstrom for covering that game for us. Between Andy Beckstrom and Adam Hefty, we have some great guys out here calling games for us. So thank you to both of them. And thanks tonight to Andy Beckstrom for calling that game between the Ogilvie Lions and East Central Eagles over on WCMP Sports YouTube. Again, that is, you can find that link on WCMP Radio or kbk.com. That serve is in for an ace for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. That is Sidney Krieger who gets the ace. Mora thought that one was going to go out, but it stayed in just enough. And that makes it 1-0, and that is 3 straight sets in which Hinckley-Finlayson has scored first. This one does stay in. Sophie Steffen does a nice job to get to it, and now hitting into the net is Amber Fix. That makes it 2-0. Hinckley-Finlayson. Again, it amazes me how quickly these sets can go from, only 2 points scored in the game to all of a sudden we're getting down to the end where it's 24-23. It just amazes me. Almost lulls you to sleep in a way. Quincy Osmus on the kill there for the Mora Mustangs. And they come back and score their first point of the third set. Shea Osmus back to serve now for Mora. She had she was back there for over 10 points, I believe. A nice kill there by Hannah Hartle. She found the perfect spot for that one, and I don't think the Mora defender was ready for it. Beautiful spot by Hannah Hartle, and now back to serve is Anna Degerstrom. They lead 3-1 due to the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. This one's dug up by Amber Fix. Kerr was there as well. Shea Osmus now hitting it across is Quincy Osmus. Back for Monica Clare, and she gets this one to Nora Kerr, who keeps it alive to Nosbush, and hit across by Quincy Osmus. Dig by Monica Clare to Krieger. Hannah Hartle looks for the left-handed hit, and it's kept alive by Steffen, but this will reach out of bounds. And now it's 4-1 in favor of Hinckley-Finlayson. Jags lead here in the third set. Things are tied at 1 set apiece. Anna Degerstrom back to serve. The serve is up and dug up by Amber Fix to Shea Osmus. And Nosbush will hit it back across. 2 Jags go after it, but they keep it alive. Claire now to Hannah Hartle, kept alive by Sophie Steffen. Nosbush will just tap it across the block at the net by Monica Clare, and Jovi Fahey will be good enough for a point for Hinckley-Finlayson. They lead 5-1. And a Degerstrom back to serve. It's up, and it is over. Kerr with the diving dig attempt, and then back across from Monica Clare. I don't think Monica Clare was quite ready for that one to go into the net, or quite ready for that one in general, because as she hit it, like I mentioned, it went into the net, and then there was really no chance from there on out. Amber Fix with the serve, dug up by the Jags, Sidney Krieger, and now Hannah Hartle gets that one. I don't know if that was a block at the net or if that went into the net. We'll call it a block for the Mustangs as they trail 5-3. 95.5 FM. Or you can watch this one live at kbk.com. Either way, thanks for tuning in. Amber Fix with another serve. Diving dig there by the Jaguars. Keep it alive to Shea Osmus. And now Quincy Osmus looks for the kill. Dug up by Anna Degerstrom. And, Monica Clare puts a little too much on that one, trying to put it back in play for her teammates. And now it's 5-4. Jaguars still with the lead. Amber Fix with the serve. Oh, nice dig there by a couple of Jags, but the last one just pushes this one a little too far. 5-all here in the third set. Mora has come from behind, and they look to just take over. Monica Clare with the dig to Krieger, and Fahey will get this one back across, dug up by Shea Osmus. And Sophie Steffen looks for the kill, but that one's going to be long. 6-5 now in favor of the Jaguars. They take back their 1-point lead. It's going to be Joey Hopkins back to serve. Hopkins' serve is over, dug up by Steffen. And now it's Quincy Osmus with the powerful swing, and that is down. Now with the serve is Quincy Osmus, dug up by Hopkins. And pushing it across is Anna Degerstrom. That gets down in the back row. And Hinckley-Finlayson takes the lead right back, 7-6. Mustangs kind of looked at that one thinking it was going to go long, and to be fair, I thought it was as well. All of a sudden, that had a GPS in it for the court and just took a nosedive. Back to serve is Hannah Hartle. That serve is over, dug up by Nosbush. Sophie Steffen looks for the kill, dug up by Degerstrom. Hopkins keeps it alive, and Hannah Hartle hits it back across, dug up by Kerr. Now to Shea Osmus. She pushes it across. Jags were ready for that one. Monica Clare. Oh, and then a miscommunication there by Gracie Olson and Sydney Krieger. They each thought the other one was going to go after it. They didn't, and it winds up falling right between the two of them. It's 7-all here in the third set. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Hopkins with the dig. Monica Clare looks for the kill. Oh, that's, I think, just out it is. That one just snuck past that white line, out of bounds. 8-7, the Mustangs with a 1-point lead. Going back to serve is Lindsay Nosbush. Dug up by Hartle. Krieger will hit it back across. Blocked at the net, and I think they're going to get her at the line again. So another, I don't know if it's called a lane violation, line violation, what have you. Point for Mora. Nosbush with the serve, dug up, back across. Kerr with the dig now to Shea Osmus. Sophie Steffen will look for the kill, and looks like we're going to get a double hit called on Mora. That has got to be one of the toughest calls for not only a ref to make, but also for the players to take, because you're hitting it and you don't expect to double hit it, but it just winds up being some sort of way. We're going to get another whistle and another double hit call on Mora. Again, probably one of the more tougher ones to take as a hitter in volleyball, because it's like, oh, I'm just hitting it normal, then all of a sudden you get a whistle and it's like, I double hit it? Monica Clare with the serve, and somehow, some way, the Mustangs keep it alive. Sophie Steffen to Hannah Hartle. Hartle almost tripped. Keeping it alive, though. And at the net, blocked by Kerr. Shea Osmus just could not get it back up over the net. And it's down for a point for the Jaguars. They lead 10-9. Checking in is Lindsay Sigstad in for Quincy Osmus. So Sigstad is in for the Mustangs. And back to serve for the Jaguars is Monica Clare. Her serve is up and over. Diving on it is the Mustangs. Keeping it alive is Hannah Hartle. Hitting it back across is Gracie Olson. Jaguars have it, and now that's Nosbush who hits it back across, dug up by the Jags. And pushing it across is Degerstrom, dug up by Steffen. No, that is Fix, and then looking for the kill is Steffen. Sophie Steffen. Man, she can really line it up, and I mean really line it up. And once she gets it squared, look out. That thing's coming in hot. Oh, and then hits it into the net. That's the announcer's jinx right there, if it ever was. Complimenting the player she is, and all of a sudden, the jinx comes into effect. I apologize. Whether you believe in jinxes or not, I personally do not, but it is kind of funny how you start to compliment a player, and then now Jovi Fahey, by the way, gets the block at the net, more or less a slow motion slap down. 12-10 in favor of the Jaguars. But whether you believe in jinxes or not, it is so funny how it works, whether it's football, volleyball, baseball, what have you, to see how you compliment a player or a team, and then all of a sudden the next thing they do seems to be a mistake. The kill there by Amber Fix. We get a point back for the Mustangs. They now trail 12-11. 6 checks out, and coming in for her is Quincy Osmus. Back to serve is Nora Kerr. Kerr serve goes into the net. 13-11. Back to serve is Sydney Krieger. Sydney Krieger, the junior for this Hinckley-Finlayson squad. Her serve is up and over, dug up by Kerr to Shea Osmus. Lining that one up is Quincy Osmus, but it's dug up by the Jaguars, and now trying to get it back across did Amber Fix, and that's at the net. Let's see, and they're going to get Mora as they cross the net or touch the net. Either way, it's point for Hinckley-Finlayson. Mora tried to go up at that one just to almost kind of catch Hinckley-Finlayson off guard and make them kind of think twice about going after it. Now nice tip back across by Shea Osmus. Nice play there by her to get a point back for Mora. She uses the back of her hand, almost her fingernails, to get that one back across, and Jaguars not expecting it. She's back to serve, by the way. Hannah Hartle gets the dig. Keeping it alive is Gracie Olson. Hitting it across is Monica Clare. And Quincy Osmus looks for the kill. Is that long? Is that in? I think it's, they're going to say it's long. They're going to call that one long, and it's going to make it 15-12. Jaguars with the lead here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Jaguars took the first set 25-22. Mora took that last set 25-13. Dagerstrom with the serve. That's just over. That might have been a quick whistle on that one. I think that one got over on the correct side of the pole. They say it did not, but again, I'm kind of looking right at the pole, and it's kind of hidden by the bar that holds up the net. And then the rafters again playing teammate to the Mora Mustangs as that hits the rafters, then comes down, and Jaguars had no choice but to try and get that one. It just drives right into the net. Back to serve Amber Fix, 15-14. This gets up on the shoulder of Monica Clare, and it's too much to handle, and we're tied at 15. Amber Fix with the serve. Dug up by Dagerstrom to Sydney Krieger. Fahey goes up for the kill. Little too much on that one, and it goes out of bounds. Mora takes the lead 16-15. It is amazing how in volleyball it is so momentum changing. It can literally take one hit, one block, just one ace to really change the outlook. And then a diving dig by Monica Clare sends that ball backwards in favor for Mora. They get the point. They lead 17-15 now, and Hinckley-Finlayson will take a timeout. And just to continue my thought, it's amazing how it's momentum that really changes the face of the game for volleyball. Like I mentioned, one hit, one ace, one block can really change the look of it. And you get a server back there who is just on point. And it's almost as if it's game over. I mean, it is that type of momentum shifting game that matters so much. So over in that Ogilvie Central game, Ogilvie retakes the lead in the third set, 22-20. Wow, what a game. East Central held the lead 18-15 till late, and then Ogilvie just retook the lead 22-20. So they're trying to make it 3 straight sets and make it an early night. Again, thank you to Andy Beckstrom tonight for calling that game. Over on our YouTube, WCMP Sports. Just go to KBEK or WCMPradio.com and find the Ogilvie versus East Central link. Catch the tail end of that one, possibly the finish of that one. Amber Fix with the serve. Dug up by Dagerstrom to Krieger, and Hartle unable to dive after it in time. It's 18-15 in favor of Mora. So Mora looking to try and run away with this third set after Hinckley-Finlayson seemed like they had all the tools needed to take the third set. Oh, back across, it hits the net. It's going to be kept alive by Dagerstrom, but unfortunately there it just is spinning away, almost like it's allergic to the Jaguars' hands. I mean, it just looked like it was going the complete opposite way. Fix with another serve. Again, all you need is just someone back there who's great at serving, and you can really end a set. Hannah Hartle trying to change this look. Norker with the dig to Nosbush. To Quincy Osmus. Kept alive on the other side by the Jaguars. That's at the net. Still on the net. Oh, my goodness. Hit by Stefan at the net. It hung up on the top of the net for about a second and a half, and that really distracted the Jaguars. And to be fair, they just had really no play on that one. 20-15 is the score now in favor of Mora. Dagerstrom with the dig. Monica Clare looking for the kill. Kept alive by Shea Osmus. Sophie Steffen hitting it back across is Quincy Osmus. Kept alive by Dagerstrom to Krieger. Fahey. Oh, no. Kept alive by Shea Osmus on the diving dig. Monica Clare keeps it alive for the Jaguars. Now Fahey keeps it alive. Dug up by the Mustangs. It is Nosbush looking for the kill. Just gets it over the defender and in the back. A beautiful job there by the Mustangs. It's 21-15. Amber Fix back to serve still. 21-15. Mora leads set number 3. Serve is over. Fahey with the dig to Krieger, and Fahey and Hartle, miscommunication between them two. It kind of hit one and hit the other, and it's down. The fourth hit will make it 22-15. Mora. Fix with the serve, dug up by the Jaguars. Monica Clare back across, dug up by Kerr. Sophie Steffen back across for Olsen. Fahey looks for the kill. It hits the net, but nice dig there by Fix. And now Steffen looks for the kill, and that is a beautiful spot by Sophie Steffen to make it 23-15. 2 points away from winning set number 3 are the Mustangs, and we'll get a timeout call here by the Jaguars. 23-15, all of a sudden, Mora has started to run away with this third set. (23-15) in favor of Mora. Trying to take set number 3 and take a 2-set-to-1 lead. This time out, Hinckley-Finlayson just trying to switch momentum. They need 8 points to prevent this from getting to a set point. I feel when you go down 2-sets-to-1, it's a different dynamic than it is 3-sets-to-none. I feel like 3-sets-to-none, you have nothing to lose. You're swinging for the fences. Everything is just full go. It's not so much strategy as it is just go, go, go. Hit it as strong and hard as you can. Dive after everything. And it's not so much strategy. But 3-sets-to-1 is, you got to be careful because you can tie it up and get to a 5th set, but you also got to be careful because you don't want to let it go and then get comfortable just watching it. So I just feel like it's a super different dynamic when it's 2-sets-to-1, rather than 2-sets-to-none. That serve is out of bounds, and so will that one. Fahey, the strong serve, goes out of bounds. That will make it set point. 24-16. Here we go. Quincy Osmus with the serve. It's out. See, that's one where it's strategy. You got to watch that one go because you get your hand on it. You could force a mistake for yourself and watch Mora take this set. And now Hannah Hartle back to serve. 24-17. Beautiful serve, but Steffen right there to get it. And now she's looking for the kill. She will. And that will be the end of set number 3, 25-17. So set number 3 goes to the Mora Mustangs, 25-17. And we will head to set number 4, and the Mustangs trying to come out of here with the victory over Hinckley-Finlayson. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Volleyball on KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Dumpster rental for your cleaning projects is easy with quality disposal. If you're a homeowner clearing out your garage or a business owner with a cleaning project, a rented dumpster can be the perfect solution. Everything can be tossed into one container out of sight and can be rented for up to 2 weeks. Just give Quality Disposal a call and get a quote and set up a time to get your dumpster. Get rid of your junk by calling Quality Disposal at 320-272-4692 or visit online at qualitydisposalsystems.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. It is the fourth set here. And Mora has taken the last two. Now leads 2-1. They took set number 2, 25-13, and this last set, 25-17. Hinckley-Finlayson took set number 1, 25-22. Mora trying to end it here in this fourth set. But again, I said at the beginning, I said in the pregame of this broadcast, I thought this one had the potential to go all 5. Looking like it might, but Mora, Hinckley-Finlayson has had the lead into the midway points of these sets. And then all of a sudden, as we creep towards, past that midway point, and then towards the kind of the end mark of the sets, to where we get to that 18 to 20 point mark for either side, that's really when it seems like Mora all of a sudden just switches, turns on a switch rather, and just runs away with the set. It's been a very good match here, but Mora has been really good in these late sets, or really good late in the sets, I should say. Well, let's see if Hinckley-Finlayson can turn things around here in set number 4 and push this to a 5th and final set. We should begin with a Mora serve. And looks like we will. Back to serve is going to be Shea Osmus. Osmus with the serve. It's dug up by Gracie Olson, but that's going to go right out of bounds. And the first point will go to Mora. This is the first time all match that the Mustangs have scored first in a set. All 3 sets have been Hinckley-Finlayson scoring first, except for this one. Mora scores first. Quincy Osmus, a huge swing on that one. She wants to get out of here in this 4th set. A kill for Quincy Osmus makes it 2-0 Mustangs. Shea Osmus with the serve, dug up by Hartle to Krieger. Now to Anna Degerstrom, dug up by Sophie Steffen. Pushed across by Shea Osmus. Nice job by the Jaguars to keep it alive. Sydney Krieger trying to get it alive, and Faye laughs at herself. Can't get that one cleanly. She hit it with her hand and then got it with her elbow, and it was still spinning. And sometimes you just can't do nothing but laugh when you get one like that. 3-0 the lead for the Mora Mustangs as Shea Osmus' serve is over. Dug up and then hit across by Sydney Krieger. Kept alive by the Mustangs. Quincy Osmus will just tap this one across, kept alive by Sydney Krieger. Now looking to push it across is Anna Degerstrom, dug up by Sophie Steffen. Quincy Osmus will look for the kill. Instead, it is Claire with the dig. Pushing it across, Anna Degerstrom once again. Quincy Osmus will just tap this one across. At the net again, over, and that's how Hinckley-Finlayson's going to get a point. More of a fluke point there for Hinckley-Finlayson. They just kind of pushed it over, and Mora was almost stunned that it came across. Sydney Krieger with the serve, dug up by Fix, Amber Fix, now hit across by Nosbush. Sydney Krieger tried, but just didn't get enough on that hit to get it over the net. And point back for Mora. They lead 4-1 here in set number 3. It's Amber Fix back to serve, dug up by the Jaguars. And this one going towards the net. Fahey, really no chance at it. And Mustangs lead 5-1. Hinckley-Finlayson just seems to be a bit in their head right now. You just need to relax and get back to volleyball that they know. Fahey looking for the kill, kept alive by Shea Osmus. Amber Fix, and now to Sophie Steffen. Cannot grab a clean piece of it. Can Gracie Olson, and Steffen will get the kill. Mora leads 6-1. Mora again trying to get off that slide that they've been on 5 straight matches that they have lost. And the serve by Fix. And now kept alive by Hannah Harder on the left-handed hit. Shea Osmus. Now Sophie Steffen looks for the kill. Kept alive by, that is Claire. Sydney Krieger pushes it back over to Fix. And now Nosbush will keep it, push it across, kept alive by Claire. And yep, hitting the net there is Degerstrom. Really no chance again at that one, as that was going across the net, but into the net. And yeah, that's a tough one for Degerstrom. Just a tough one. Good effort by Degerstrom. And Hinckley-Finlayson's going to get a timeout here as they trail 7-1. By the way, Ogilvie gets a clean sweep of East Central in their game, 3-0. Ogilvie won that third set 25-22. So East Central had the lead there in the third set, but Ogilvie comes from behind to make it a clean sweep, 3-0. Ogilvie, I believe, now 2-1 on the season. East Central, I believe they're 1-2. I believe that's how it is, or maybe 0-2. I'm not 100% sure. But in our game, Mora leads 2-0. They lead this fourth set 7-1 over the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. Amber Fix with the serve. Right to Olson, to Krieger, to Hartle, into the net, and that's going to be 4 hits and make it 8-1. Amber Fix back to serve. Serve is across, dug up by Monica Claire, and no chance for Hannah Hartle on that one. That one came in with some steam on it for Claire, and Claire's just going to get a rest, maybe just to clear her head, as Joey Hopkins will check into the game. 9-1. Favor of Mora. Amber Fix back to serve. She goes after Olson, and now Degerstrom. Fahey into the net. I thought Fahey was going to get that one just over the net to where it kind of just gets a hair on the net and goes across, but does not. 10-1. Into the nets for Amber Fix, and that will make it 10-2. So maybe Hinckley-Finlayson can start the comeback train right here. Anna Degerstrom back to serve. Meanwhile, Monica Claire checks back in for Joey Hopkins. Serve is over. Dug up by Osmus. That's Quincy Osmus. Now Sophie Steffen looks for the kill. Back across on the dig from the Jaguars, and Quincy Osmus, that's Shea rather. Shea Osmus tries to push it back across to catch the Jags off guard, but it does not as it goes into the net, 10-3. Anna Degerstrom back to serve for Hinckley-Finlayson. They trail 2-1. Degerstrom, diving dig by Shea Osmus, hit back across by Monica Claire, and that was a very, very smart move by Monica Claire. She noticed that as the diving dig went after, that the player was still on the court, and she just wound up hitting it back over, say, hey, let's see how fast you can try and get up to get this one. And unfortunately for Mora, just not fast enough. But now Quincy Osmus coming back with an emphatic swing, but hitting it back over is Fahey. Now for Nosbush, Quincy Osmus will just tap this one across. Diving dig for Krieger, and now pushing it across is Monica Claire. Back across by the Mustangs, and right in between 3 Jaguars. And that'll be a point back for Mora. They lead 11-4. Back to serve, Quincy Osmus. Checking out is Haley Nordenstrom. Back in is Nora Kerr. Hit across by Quincy Osmus, dug up by the Jags, and Hannah Hartle pushes this one across. Nice dig, though, by Quincy Osmus to Shea Osmus to Naj Bush at the net, and I think they're going to say Monica Claire touched the net. They do. It's 12-4. That was close. I'm up high for the camera angle, so I cannot 100% tell. And then, Quincy Osmus with the serve. Trying to take something off that one, took too much off of that one, 12-5. Fahey checks out. In for her is going to be Caitlin Carter. Caitlin Carter is a senior for these Jaguars. Back to serve. Her serve is over. Dug up by Quincy Osmus to Shea Osmus. Quincy Osmus will look for the kill right to Sydney Krieger, and it's down for a point, 13-5. It almost looks like these Jaguars are a little bit deflated right now and just can't seem to find their groove and or find any momentum as it's Nosbush back to serve. The dig is back across by Hopkins, now pushed across by Hartle. Dug up by the Mustangs. Sophie Steffen will look for the kill. That's long. Point goes back over to the Jaguars, 13-6. But it just looks like Jags right now just can't seem to find any rhythm or momentum. Hannah Hartle with the serve, dug up by Nosbush. Quincy Osmus looks for the kill, dug up by Hannah Hartle. And Quincy Osmus, that's Amber Fix, was late getting to that ball on the dig, and it's into the net. Point for Hinckley-Finlayson, 13-7. Hannah Hartle serve on too much taken off that. I like the idea. I like the idea by Hannah Hartle on that one. She wanted to take something off it because she notices, that Mora is standing far back, and she thought she could just lob that one over, but not able to. Kenzie McAdams, a senior for Mora, back to serve. Her serve is over. Hopkins with the dig to Krieger. Monica Claire looking for the kill. Right to McAdams. Nice dig by her. And now Amber Fix looking for the kill. Just getting enough of it. Krieger gets it back across. And now Nora Kerr looks for the kill. Block at the net by Gracie Olson, but too strong on the hit from Nora Kerr. It's down for a point, 15-7 in favor of Mora. Kenzie McAdams back to serve. Again, the senior for these Mora Mustangs. Part of 7 seniors. That's going to be an ace for McAdams. Hannah Hartle may have scraped her knee on that one on this court. And let me tell you, without those knee pads, oh my goodness. I've played volleyball a little bit on just kind of recreational, and my goodness, going down, trying to dive after these, it's like, I don't want to. Without elbow pads or without knee pads, it hurts. You really get, court burn if that's a thing. Monica Claire with the serve for the Jaguars. And Nora Kerr blocked at the net. Nice try. I like the move from Gracie Olson, but just it went funny. It almost rolled up her fingertips and right to the court. Haley Nordenstrom will check in for Nora Kerr, and she will go back to serve, Will Nordenstrom, as the Mustangs lead 17-8 here in set number 4. Serve is over. No, it is not. Spoke too soon. 17-9. Joey Hopkins checks out, and for her is Caitlin Carter. Novi Fahey will look to come into the game for Carter, who just checked in. Back to serve is Olson, Gracie Olson with the serve. Oh, that's going to be down for an ace in front of the outstretched diving arms of Nordenstrom. Makes it 17-10. 17-10, Gracie Olson will go back to serve once again. Her team trails by 7. They're trying to get back into this one. Goes right after Nordenstrom, and she gets a clean dig on this one. Now Quincy Osmus, no. Nice powerful swing, but just goes long. That makes it 17-11. Olson back to serve again. Ooh, yeah. Little too much taken off that one, and it's 18-11 now in favor of Mora. Shea Osmus back to serve. Almost said return. But Shea Osmus back to serve, 18-11. Dug up by Hartle to Sydney Krieger. And it's Degerstrom who looks for the kill. Nice dig there by Mora, and hit back across by Degerstrom. It does get over. Back across by Fix, now to Krieger, to Fahey. Fahey looks, and that is going to be just a tough dig there from Shea Osmus. That will head towards the Mora bench, and point Hinckley-Finlayson, 18-12. Sophie Steffen looks to check back in for Kenzie McAdams. Steffen, again, one of these 7 seniors. Sydney Krieger is back to serve. Her serve is up and over, dug up by Nordenstrom. Hitting it across is Fahey. And, oh, just long. Nordenstrom, I don't know if she did it on purpose, but it looked purposeful. Nordenstrom put her foot on the white line that signifies out of bounds and watched that ball and it almost looked as if she looked at her foot to be like, is that out? It's out. And watched that one go. Nice job by her. Fahey with that one back across, and just a good job by Amber Fix, being a good teammate. And then back across by Degerstrom, back across again by Hartle. Nice job being good teammates out there. Degerstrom and Hartle finding ways to keep that one alive for Hinckley-Finlayson, and it's 19-13. Still not out of it are the Jaguars as Degerstrom is back to serve. Degerstrom's serve is over. And that is dug up by Nordenstrom, and then heads right towards the student section for Mora. That makes it 19-14. Mora still leads here, and they lead 2-1. Leading set number 4, 19-14, but Hinckley-Finlayson not going away quietly. Degerstrom's serve is over. Dug up by Nordenstrom, but that's out of bounds. 19-15. Oh, boy. Nora Kerr going to come in for Nordenstrom. Kerr is not a senior, but the way she plays, she looks like a senior. Degerstrom with the serve. It is over. Going to go right after Kerr. This one's toward the student section, but Fix keeps it alive, and Sophie Steffen will get it back across. Dug up by Fahey now to Krieger. And Claire tried to get the kill, but Shea Osmus pushes it back across. Fahey now to Claire again. That's tipped at the net by the Mustangs. Shea Osmus goes for Sophie Steffen. Blocked at the net by the by the Jaguars. That's Hannah Hartle who will get the block at the net. 19-16. I don't know why, but I keep getting their two names mixed up. I keep wanting to call the Jaguars the Mustangs and the Mustangs the Jaguars. I don't know why. 19-16. Degerstrom with the serve goes right back to Kerr. That one, no one's going to get to it. Just a late dive there from Quincy Osmus. Just didn't see it cleanly, and it's 19-17. Anna Degerstrom with the serve to Amber Fix, and that's going to go into the student section, and it's 19-18. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here by Mora. They're going to call a timeout. Katie Rolfe not liking the comeback here by Hinckley-Finlayson. She hopes this timeout will just stop the momentum and get something back for her side. All of a sudden, Hinckley-Finlayson's right back into it, and they're threatening try and overtake the the Mustangs lead and push this to a 5th set. What a comeback it has been here by Hinckley-Finlayson. It looked as if Mora was just going to walk away with this one. And all of a sudden, Hinckley-Finlayson has put on the comeback. They're on the train, and it is going full bore down the tracks, trying to plow through that 4th set and get it to the 5th set. And sometimes momentum like that can really, really go swing one way and can be a 5th set kind of almost, I don't want to say it determines the 5th set, but man, it feels like it does sometimes. The serve is dug up by the Mustangs. Quincy Osmus looks to put an end to the run. She does with that kill. Quincy Osmus makes it 20-18. She said, okay, enough is enough. It's time for our team to get a few points back. Now Mustangs can't decide who's going to go back to serve. Looks like Amber Fix will go back. I think They were thinking Osmus was going to. Fick's still not sure who's going to be serving, but she will. She'll gladly serve. And dug up by the Jags, getting it back across to Gracie Olson. There is Fix. And Sophie Steffen looks for the kill. At the net, that's a tough one. You get the block at the net. And then the ball all of a sudden goes. Oh. No. No, excuse me. We're going to get a whistle, some sort of violation on the Mustangs. And the Jaguars are going to get a point there. Talk about a heartbreaker. Fahey checks out. In for her is Kenna Johnson. Kenna Johnson, a senior for the Jaguars, checks in for the first time. Kenna Johnson, her serve is over. Dug up by Fix to Shea Osmus and Nordenstrom. That's not Nordenstrom, I apologize, that's Nosbush. Right to Kenna Johnson, but she kind of lets it get into her body, and it's going to be a legal hit. But Kenna Johnson, nice serve. 21-19, though, and now going back is Lindsay Nosbush. 21-19. Hinckley-Finlayson not going to go away quietly. Oh, was that close? I don't know if I'm Hinckley-Finlayson if I let that go next time. That is a little too close for comfort on that serve. But they let it go, and my goodness, 21-20. Hannah Hartle with the serve back across for Quincy Osmus. Sophie Steffen looks for the kill. Oh, Joey Hopkins. That got right to her, and as soon as that got past her elbow, she just looks up in disgust knowing, oh my goodness, I was one step away from getting a clean dig. McAdams checks back in for Sophie Steffen. Two seniors will replace each other. Sophie Steffen checks out. Kenzie McAdams in. Back to serve is McAdams. Her serve is up. It is over. Oh, oh my goodness. Another close one. But the Jaguars let that one go. It's going to be 22-21. It looks like Steffen will check back in for McAdams. Now back to serve for the Jaguars is Monica Clare. She's a senior. Nora Kerr looks for the kill, blocked at the net by the Jaguars, and it looks like we're going to get a double hit on the Mustangs, and we're tied at 22 here in the fifth set. Holy moly. Monica Clare. Oh, no. I like how that serve looked. I do. But that was too straight of a line. She didn't get enough arc on it. Now Nora Kerr back to serve, 23-22. This is going to be a fun ending. Kerr's serve is over, dug up by Hartle. Oh, and Krieger and Olsen both went after it. They got confused and both heard footsteps. Very timid on the dig, and now it's match point. Nora Kerr back. Looks like we're going to get one final timeout here for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. They know they need 2 points to avoid match point. 2 straight points. But Mora trying to end this game right now. All that Hinckley-Finlayson needs is 2 points. And they'll get it back tied at 24 and then have a chance to take the lead, and then 1 point would give them the victory after a 1 point lead. No matter what, this is going to be fun. Will we see extra points for the first time this season in a volleyball broadcast? We'll have to wait and see. Or we could just see it end right here. Nora Kerr with the serve. Oh, Hannah Hartle gets the dig. Sydney Krieger. Anna Dagerstrom looks for the kill. Oh, and they tried to block it at the net. It's going to roll down. And Hinckley-Finlayson stays alive, 24-23. Here we go, match point still. I think Hinckley-Finlayson wanted a substitution, not going to get it in time. Gracie Olson with the serve, that's it. Serve goes into the net, and Mora will take set number 4, 25-23, and will take the match 3-1. That's probably one of the tougher ways to lose a match and a set is losing it on a serve that goes into the net. But wow, what a match did we have here this evening. It was a fun one. Both these teams went back and forth. Hinckley-Finlayson, as I mentioned, took set number 1, 25-22. And then you might look and say, oh, well, it was all Mora from there on out. They won 3 straight sets. Well, not really. The second set was definitely handedly Mora, 25-13. The third set, however, the score does not indicate how close that one was. It says 25-17 in favor of Mora, but let me tell you, that does really not tell you how close that third set was. It was a lot closer than 25-17. I think that one was more of a 25-22 type of set. And then this fourth set, wow, what a treat we had for this fourth set. Back and forth we went. Hinckley-Finlayson had the lead. Then it was Mora who took the lead and held on to the lead and extended it out. I think it was an 8-point lead, 19-11. Then all of a sudden, here comes Hinckley-Finlayson. They storm back. They score 7 straight points, get it within 1. They tie it up, and then all of a sudden, Mora comes back and scores. And it was back and forth from that point on. And, man, what a match here this evening. It didn't quite go 5. It went 4, but it was an exciting 4 sets here for both of these teams. And Hinckley-Finlayson came so close to pushing this one to 5, but just not close enough. And Mora will take this match 3-1, winning 3 sets in a row, winning set 2, 3, and 4 after Hinckley-Finlayson took the first set. It was a good one here this evening. Hinckley-Finlayson really put on a fight, but just could not overcome the Mustangs here tonight. They fall 3-1. Although this was a very, very exciting match between these two. And man, if there was a possibility these two could meet up again, they very well might in the playoffs. And let me tell you, that might be the one to watch as we look here at the schedules for both of these teams. They won't play each other again during the regular season, but again, maybe in the postseason. After tonight, Mora will be on the road. They'll go to Albany on Thursday. That'll wrap up their week of play. And then as we look over to Hinckley-Finlayson, this is their first game of the week here on Tuesday, the shortened week, as everyone is back to school this week. They will then, looks like according to this, their next match is on Monday the 19th. But I'm sure if we go to the Great River Conference and check out their schedule, we will see a much different story for Hinckley-Finlayson. So as we look and we go to the Great River Conference and look at their schedule, yeah, their next match is going to be on Thursday in Pine. I should know that. I'm going to be covering that game. Shame on me. But yeah, Hinckley-Finlayson's next match is going to be on Thursday in Pine City against the Dragons. We'll be out there covering that one as well, so stay tuned for that broadcast. Again, Ogilvie defeats East Central 3-0. As for us, as we look at the broadcast schedule, that's it for tonight. And then we move on to Thursday. We'll have 3 games on Thursday. It starts with Ogilvie hosting Mille Lacs at 1:30 right here on 95.5 FM. Then at 7 p.m., Pine City will host Hinckley-Finlayson on 106.5 FM. And then in more volleyball, Rush City will host East Central on KBEK once again at 7:15. Then on Friday, it's football. Pine City will travel up to Aiken for their game at 7 p.m. over on 106.5, and Rush City will host Mille Lacs in their 7 p.m. game right here on KBEK. In this one, the Mora Mustangs get the victory 3-1 over the visiting Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. It was a fun one here this evening, but Mora winds up taking it 3-1. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this broadcast. Thanks to them. We couldn't do it without them, so we'll give a huge shout out to them. And also thank you to all of you who tuned in tonight. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Again, the final here, Mustangs 3-1 over the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Tune in to the sports update on the morning show with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30 on 95.5 FM. And also tune into the sports update on WCMP at 7:45 and 8:45. Again, for the final here, Mora gets the victory 3-1 over Hinckley-Finlayson. For KBEK Nice 95.5 FM, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks to all the fine sponsors who sponsor this broadcast. Thanks to you for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.